Hello, I'm going to start with Sir Keir Starmer. No, I'm not. I'm going to start with a question put to here we are, a Supreme Court candidate called Ketanji Brown. Apparently, somebody called Senator Blackburn asked her to define a woman, which she refused to do, telling Senator Blackburn and the rest of the assembled crowd there that she couldn't say that because she wasn't a biologist. I've heard of specializations, but that is ridiculous. Now, I'm starting with her because I don't watch a lot of, well, I don't watch any American television. I do see YouTube clips, but I have never seen an American politician put on the spot by a media person with a direct question like, what's a woman? I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the sort of prevarication outside these sorts of situations where we're getting politicians asking these questions, often in an attempt to discredit the other party. But that's not the point. The fact is, it doesn't seem like the press are asking these questions. I don't know, the press have a very odd way of asking questions at all in America, which I have noticed. What they do is they make a statement. For instance, I'm going to make something up now. All dogs have four legs. Well, most do. So an interviewer will say, "Okay, Senator Growley, it has been said that all dogs have four legs, and indeed many scientists agree that dogs have four legs, and we all know that dogs couldn't run that well on three legs, and certainly nature would not have overbalanced them in such a way, and it would make sense for nature to put a leg at each corner. Now, Senator Growley, what do you have to say about that?" I've noticed this type of questioning coming up, although it drives me nuts because, first of all, it takes forever for a question to be asked. But the second thing is, you can see it's just like the interviewer is, well, it is. The interviewer is saying, here, I want this sort of answer. This is how you're going to answer me in the framework of the question I've given you. Anyway. I want to know if any of you people in America have seen ordinary interviewers asking ordinary politicians, what is a woman or what is a man, and getting an answer. And if as I believe, they're not asking these questions, then I could say that at least as bad as our media are over here, we at least have some sense of proportion. So this is an article from The Telegraph. Sir Keir Starmer refuses to answer when asked whether a woman can have a penis. All right, Labour leader says, I don't think that discussing this issue... OK, hang on. I'm going to go on to that. Sir Keir Starmer refused to answer the question, it says here. The topic had been a point of division in the party for more than a year after Sir Keir said backbencher Rosie Duffield's comment that only women have a cervix was not right. Right, this is the leader of a political party, somebody who is hoping to make laws in this country. Yvette Cooper and Annalise Dodd, two of Labour's frontbench MPs, both declined to give a definition of a woman on International Women's Day earlier this month. Speaking to LBC's Nick Ferrari, LBC, one of the leftiest media out on the airwaves, But even so, LBC's Nick Ferrari, during a phone-in, Sir Keir, the Labour leader, was asked multiple times whether or not a woman can have a penis. Now, I want you to pay attention to the way he answered this question, because you can see that he's actually breaking apart with cognitive dissonance, and his thought processes are completely fragmented here. Listen, what I don't think that discussing this issue in this way helps anyone in the long run, he said. Well, so far, so cogent. What I want to see is a reform of the law as it is, but I am also an advocate of safe spaces for women, and this is where he runs into the buffers, because he knows that you can't have safe spaces for women and a completely free law with regard to transgender men who say they're women, who identify as women, and who are still fully equipped as men. And you can't have them in the same place and safeguard the women. So he as soon as he said that, his English started to fall apart. So I'll just back up a bit. But I am also an advocate of safe spaces for women, and I want to have a discussion that is... And then he tails off, and then he starts again. Anybody who genuinely wants to find a way through this, I want to discuss that with. I do find that too many people, in my view, retreat or hold a position of which is intolerant of others. Can you see how the English has broken down? First of all, I want to have a discussion that is what? Anybody who genuinely wants to find a way through this what? He's not said what you're supposed to be finding a way through. I want to discuss that with. With what? Well, with nobody, because there is actually no discussion, and that's why he gave up. I do find that too many people, in my view, retreat or hold a position of which is, again, he knows how to use English, it's all over the place here, of which is intolerant of others. That doesn't mean anything, it's not even English. But he does say too many people retreat. That is, they actually withdraw their argument, what's wrong with that, or hold a position of intolerance, which is, again, it's something he doesn't like, but that doesn't mean that the argument is wrong. Now, that was on the 20, I think it was, it was the 28th of March. And this follows on an article that came up, or was a thing that came up on the 22nd, where in the Daily Mail. Olympic medalist Sharon Davis blasts Labour for abandoning women's rights after MP accused anyone criticising transgender US swimmer Lia Thomas of being a lazy transphobe. That is, anyone criticising Lia Thomas is a lazy transphobe. Now, calling somebody a lazy transphobe is an insult to them. It is not a refutation of whatever argument they have. But this is how the Labour Party appears to be conducting its discussions of late. Former women's and equalities spokesman, they call it spokesman, Charlotte Nichols. Aren't they supposed to say spokesperson there? And said it was lazy transphobia to criticise Lia Thomas. Right, now, I just thought this might amuse you. This is Sharon Davis. And this is Charlotte Thomas. Now, all right, Charlotte Thomas isn't the most prepossessing of women. But if you look at where she is, you see those green leather seats? That means she is in the House of Commons. She is in the House of Commons with her hair scraped back into a bandeau and wearing a beaten up old leather jacket and a t-shirt. this is her place of work and this is how she dresses. I think that says something about her attitude to the debating chamber, to debate on itself. It shows an attitude of disrespect, which is carried through in her attitude of disrespect to people who disagree with her. The lazy transphobes. I think in America you'd call them a basket of deplorables, wouldn't you? Anyway, yeah. Oh, and okay. So this is Lia Thomas. Yeah, right. Now let's see. What else do we have here? Ah, yes. Charlotte Nichols said, as a former competitive swimmer, I know full well how much training is required for a title like this. Anyone nastily, she has to put that in. She has to put that, she has to give the sentence a colour. Anyone nastily trying to diminish Lia Thomas's incredible achievement because of lazy transphobia should frankly pipe down. All right, let's just unpick that a bit. So what is Lia Thomas's incredible achievement? Well, it is an incredible achievement. What Lia Thomas has done is she has convinced all sorts of sports regulatory bodies and spectators and sports reporters and all the rest of it that he is a woman. That is Lia Thomas's great achievement. And it is an Olympic-sized gold medal achievement when you come to think of it. It's remarkable. Now, Lia Thomas says he is transitioning to female, but at the moment, so far as I have read, it doesn't look like it when he's stripped down. So he is still a man so far. And I have to say she when I'm reading this stuff, but when I remember, yeah, that's still a he. I'm going to get in. Oh, I am not going to monetize this one, am I? Let's see. Anyway, so yeah, a really incredible achievement this person has made in getting everyone to say he is a woman and he can compete on a level playing field or a level swimming pool with a whole load of women. She said, Nichols said, as a former competitive swimmer, I know full well how much training is required for a title like this. Yeah, those women have been getting up at 5 a.m. to go to local swimming pools or sometimes swimming pools at a distance. They've gone to work or to study during the day and exhausted. They've come back and they've done, I don't know what, 50 laps or whatever in the evening as well. They've shown tremendous dedication and tremendous commitment, and Lia Thomas has stolen it from them. And Nichols said she knows about competitive swimming. I doubt it, really. Not really. As she came under attack, Miss Nichols said she was not worried. It's me who's on history's wrong side here. Oh yeah, that right side of history, wrong side of history business. No, you are where you are. And there's nothing historical. I just wanted to remind you, there are people in Europe fighting for their lives. And this is a debate going on in Parliament where a lawmaker is talking about being on the right side of history, saying a 6-foot man with shoulders like steamrollers is to be addressed as a woman. Oh, and a fully functioning male equipment. As she came under attack, wrong side of history. She added that Miss Thomas was not unbeatable as she had finished 5th and 8th in the races at the same competition. I haven't heard of that. But I do know that in the races she won, which were the important races, she came in maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds ahead of the second one. And I think it's because he was just slowing down well, he probably had to spend a little time underwater laughing, just to make it enough close that it didn't look too ridiculous. She added that Miss Thomas was not and she said if you actually want to save women's sport, you'd be focused on unequal funding and endemic sexual harassment by coaches. Yeah, well, that's an issue, but this is a worse issue, because the women who are training may be getting harassment from the coaches, and then when they get out and dive into that water, they've got this guy harassing them as well. Yeah, well, anyway, that's it. I don't know what it is about the Labour Party. It seems like they can't come to terms with reality. And they've taken this, I suppose, look, socialism is utopian, isn't it? And it believes in the perfectibility of human beings and the fact that all society will be brothers and everybody will be good to each other if only we just go a little step further in socialism. And they're applying the same rules to a gender confusion here. All right, well, yeah, that's it. I am Grannyopteryx. I am to be found on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I let you know when I've uploaded a new video on Twitter, Gab and Parler. Parler when I can. It's getting very cranky recently. And I am at Grannyopteryx. So if you subscribe to one of those channels, then you'll always know when I've uploaded a video, because YouTube is a little bit erratic in that way. All right, well, please click the like button, share the video and support. Oh, and remember to answer that question about the people on the news asking politicians if they know the difference between a man and a woman in America. I'd be interested to know. And yeah, I think support the channel. Did I say that? Well, I'm saying that now. Please support the channel, and till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Grannyopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.grannyopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.